Swadika, good morning. Welcome to Newsline, coming live to you on NBT, Radio Thailand, FM 88, and also NBT World. My name is Cholapansan Rula. It's Wednesday's edition, November 19th. Let's have a look at today's news. In today's Thailand Moves Forward, Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha wants the establishment of 5 special border economic zones in all parts of the country to be completed before the end of December. General Prayut said after chairing a meeting of the Special Economic Zone Policy Committee that the meeting approved an initial budget of about 800 to 900 million baht for the project. The money would be spent on expansion of roads and development of land designated for the economic zones. The Prime Minister said up to 50 billion baht would be needed to accomplish long-term development of the areas. He indicated, however, that he wanted processing factories for agricultural produces to be established in those economic zones as soon as possible. Local investors would be encouraged to take part in the development of the zones. The government has presided at a 5-party meeting during which all participants affirmed to drive forward the reform roadmap in a timely manner. Members of the National Council for Peace and Order, the Cabinet and NLA, that's the National Legislative Assembly, National Reform Council and the Constitution Drafting Committee, have come together for the first time with a view to following up on each body's work progress and exchanging opinions on related subjects. On this occasion, Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha instructed all sides to take more concrete steps to accelerate their reform efforts. The Premier urged the 18 reform committees to propose any urgent matters directly to the NCPO or the government so as to put them into action as quickly as possible, while noting that other issues being made into laws should be submitted promptly to the NLA or the Cabinet for approval. The NRC and the CDC, meanwhile, were told to push ahead with their compilation of public input concerning the new permanent constitution within the framework allowed by the martial law. Moreover, the 5 bodies agreed to establish a new subcommittee to be in charge of drafting organic laws in a bid to ensure the new charter's practicality and success in paving the way for the next general election. And the Cabinet has given the green light to raise the salaries of low-ranking civil servants and workers in the government sector in a bid to help ease their cost of living. Khun Manat Jamweha, the Director General of the Comptroller's General Department, or CGD, said that the pay increases would be retroactive to October 2014. Civil servants and government workers who earn 9,000 baht per month or less would have their salaries raised to 10,000 baht a month. As for civil servants who earn higher than 10,000 baht but less than 15,000 baht per month, they would have their salaries raised, but the amount would not exceed 13,825 baht per month. The rise is also in line with each civil servant's base salary level. The department expects that a total of 1.5 billion baht will be spent on the program, and the money will be provided to more than 300,000 employees who fall within the pay rise criteria. The public demonstration bill has been accepted by the Cabinet in principle, while a revision is to be made by the Office of the Council of State to ensure its effectiveness. Following the weekly Cabinet meeting, Prime Minister General Prayut Chan-o-cha stated that the public demonstration bill was proposed to the ministers for consideration and received their initial approval. However, he said the Cabinet viewed that there was still room for improvement and would thus forward the bill to the Office of the Council of State for alterations before presenting it to the National Legislative Assembly. The Premier emphasized the need to have the bill enacted, claiming that public demonstrations were considered an acceptable practice elsewhere around the world, as they were usually conducted within limits, unlike in Thailand. According to Deputy Government spokesperson Sansern Kaew-Kamnert, the bill requires demonstrators to notify the police of the place, date and time of their gathering at least 24 hours in advance. Otherwise, they could face a jail term of up to 6 months and or a fine of up to 10,000 baht. Protesters are not allowed to converge on Government House, state offices, airports, train stations and other transport terminals. In addition, they must cease all activities from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. of the next day, while no weapons are permitted. Any law violators could be subject to 2 to 10 years of imprisonment and or a fine of 40,000 to 200,000 baht. In the wake of the crash of an army helicopter in Phayao province, Defense Minister General Prawit Wongsuwan is adamant the vehicle was well maintained, although it had long been used. General Prawit, who is currently in Myanmar for the ASEAN Defense Ministers meeting retreat, gave an interview regarding the recent helicopter crash in Phayao, saying he was informed of the tragedy by the army chief. He pointed out that the fallen vehicle was one of over 40 helicopters of the Bell 212 model owned by the Royal Thai Army. The Defense Minister said specialists at the Army Aviation Center are urgently investigating the cause of the accident. He admitted that Bell 212 choppers have been in operation for a long period of time, but insisted that maintenance works are conducted on a regular basis, with engine replacements taking place as scheduled. In the meantime, since the crashed helicopter belonged to the 3rd Army Region, the Army Aviation Center has ordered the unit to keep its 2 remaining Bell 212 helicopters grounded for the time being as a safety precaution. The 2 vehicles are located in Chiang Mai and Chiang Rai provinces. Thai Patana Party's leading member, Somsak Prisana Nantakul, has strongly advised that public hearings be held after a new charter draft is completed to avoid repetition of past political conflicts. Mr. Somsak presented his view to the Constitution Drafting Committee in a meeting arranged for members of political parties to share their views of the charter reform. He claimed that lack of public participation in the Constitution drafting process in the past was the main cause of political turmoil in its aftermath. He then suggested that the NCPO should relax the restrictions on political meetings imposed under the martial law to allow public hearings to take place. He also revealed that Chart Thai Patana would field its candidates in the new election, no matter how the outcome of the new constitution would be. He said he would officially submit his views on several conditions that are unfair to political parties to the CDC for consideration. Meanwhile, Phum Chai Thai Party Deputy Secretary General Supachai Jaisamut said his proposal focused on the balance of power among the legislative, administrative, and also judicial systems. He also pointed to the misuse of power by public independent agencies in the past, which led to a sense of unfairness in the society. Supachai agreed with the proposal to create a high-level mechanism to supervise the roles of these agencies. The Bank of Thailand has insisted that the Thai economy is improving as the government has effective economic stimulus measures in place. BOT Governor Dr. Prasan Trairatwarakul said the Thai economy has been recovering compared to the first and second quarters. The growth was in contraction of 0.6% in the first quarter and recorded a positive rate of 0.1% in the second quarter. It is expected to expand beyond the 0.1% in the third quarter. The Bank of Thailand governor said the improvement is the result of a better political climate. He added that the current monetary policy is flexible enough to allow the economy to grow. It has also been developed to deal with impacts from the global economy and the internal factors. The Agricultural Futures Exchange of Thailand, or AFET, is planning to restructure its organizational management to build more confidence for farmers and investors as a means to maintain the prices of agricultural produce in compliance with the market mechanism. AFET plans to go through development procedures to reach the goals of a growing level of income, strong investors groups, and efficiently importing goods that respond to investors' needs. Primary steps include improving the quality of employees to meet professional standards, improve work processes to be as competitive in an ever-changing business market, and build confidence among related parties, both agriculturists and investors. The middle phase includes revamping the business plan for AFET to be capable of competing with other similar markets through the use of trade through technological means such as mobile trading, and lower the original regulation or trading fees to open up the opportunity for more investors to join the market in the long run. The goal is to be as competitive and comparable to the world-class market, such as the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. And the Thailand Convention and Exhibition Bureau, or TCEP, together with the University of North Texas, have joined hands to develop a strategic network of MICE education. Kun Sotchir Lim Kring Grai has more.
MICE stands for Meetings, Incentives, Conferences and Exhibitions. It is aimed at producing high-quality professionals, as well as to positioning Thailand as an ASEAN MICE education hub. TCEP is aimed at equipping the next generation of MICE workforce participants with international knowledge, which TCEP is aimed at training at least 5,000 high-quality professionals in response to the ASEAN Economic Community, or AEC. The 5-year Strategic Development Roadmap will be applied in a bid to develop Thailand's MICE industry, which focuses on strengthening the capabilities of the Thai workforce to reach international standards. TCEP has encouraged MICE education through a platform of knowledge exchanged called MICE Academy. MICE Academy includes the MICE Academic Exchange Program, which TCEP has joined forces with leading education institutions domestically and internationally to provide experience for university lecturers, students, and researchers. The University of North Texas, renowned for its tourism and event management curriculum, has signed Memorandum of Understanding, or MOU, with TCEP in order to leverage Thailand's MICE industry to meet international standards in preparation for the AEC. The Memorandum of Understanding between TCEP and University of North Texas covers 5 areas of collaboration, which includes the exchange materials and information, joint academic and research activities, faculty, scholar, and student mobility programs, joint MICE curriculum development, and joint organization of conferences and meetings. The agreement has marked an important milestone for both TCEP and UNT, as it will help pave way for fruitful endeavors in driving MICE education throughout Thailand. This is Sotchir Lim Kring Grai reporting.
As unrest continues in the Deep South, the Southern Border Provinces Police Operations Center has tightened measures to reinforce safety for Thai Buddhists in the areas. Deep South police officers have recently attended a meeting held to provide a glimpse into the current situation in the areas. Southern Border Provinces Police Operations Center Commander, Police Major General Anurat Krisana Karaket, who chaired the meeting, has expressed his condolences to victims of violent attacks in the 3 southernmost provinces. He was briefed on the progress made in cases regarding the southern unrest. He also discussed safety measures with the Secretary General of the Southern Border Provinces Administration Center and the 4th Region Army Commander. They agreed that there should be more volunteer guards to protect local residents, particularly in the areas where the majority of residents are Thai Buddhists. Police officers have also been instructed to be strict about people and vehicle search at the checkpoints. The Royal Irrigation Department has said there is enough water for consumption and the ecosystem at present after it has stopped supplying water to farmlands. Farmers have been advised not to grow off-season rice despite the recent rains. The rain is expected to stop completely by the end of this year, and farmers would be at risk of an impending drought crisis if they were to grow their crops. The department is only supplying water from several major dams for domestic consumption, waterworks, and to keep the ecosystem intact. Farmers have been advised to only grow crops that need less water, as the amount of water released daily from all the 4 major dams combined is around only 16 million cubic meters. Under the drought prevention scheme, rice paddies located within the vicinity of the irrigation systems in the north, northeast, and central regions will not receive a sufficient amount of water for farming. And an almsgiving event will be held for 10,000 Buddhist monks in the city of Bangkok. Of Buddhist Youths, or WFBI, will be organizing an almsgiving event to help assist monks in the southern border provinces and also those affected by natural disasters. Dr. Ponchai Pinyapong, the Managing Director of WFBY, together with the District Chief of Pathumwan District in Bangkok, Mr. Sithichai Tuomsakon, and related networks, made a public announcement regarding the 4th almsgiving ceremony to 10,000 Buddhist monks. Members of the public have been invited to bring dry food and rice in making merit on November 23rd from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. on Ratchdumry Road in front of the Central World Shopping Complex. The ceremony would occupy the area from the Raj Prasong intersection to the Pratunam intersection. Proceeds and necessities received will be distributed to monks in over 323 temples in the 4 southern border provinces of Yala, Pattani, Narathiwat and Songkhla. Another amount will also be handed out to monks facing natural disasters. The event serves as an opportunity to encourage families to make merit together, along with installing the right moral conscience, embracing the Buddhist way of life, as well as the Thai culture among children and the younger generation. Nakhon Nayok authorities have discovered an area where thousands of falcons have migrated from Siberia into the province. Over 10,000 falcons have been spotted in the province's Pak Pli district to escape the cold weather in Siberia. The provincial authorities have plans in place to turn the area into a natural tourist destination. Falcons have been seen on trees living in groups, while others were flying airborne around the tree's perimeter, exciting several visitors passing by the area. Locals have said that every year during the beginning of October, various types of falcons come here to take refuge in Thailand. Around 100,000 of them would live in this area, covering 1,500 rais, which is a rich water resource teeming with different kinds of huge plants and also trees. The falcons would go out hunting in the early morning and come back to rest in the evening. The locals have also helped to protect the falcons by preventing people from doing harm to the birds in an effort to conserve the environment and finding them food such as snakes and mice to feed on. Residents hope that the province will promote this area as a tourist destination where boats could come visit the area during daytime and also nighttime. These falcons would stay for approximately 3 to 6 months and will leave after the cold season ends. The first 50 falcons came to the province on October 3rd of this year, then more and more kept coming. Until now, 20,000 to 30,000 falcons are living in the area. And that's it for Thailand Moves Forward. We'll take a short break and Newsline will return with international news. And before that, let's have a look at the exchange rates and the commodity prices.
To maintain a strong nation, Thailand is promoting 12 core values for the good of the people. The 12 core values: putting the public and national interests before one's own.
Faithful Buddhists are invited to donate to the building of a huge Buddha statue known as Pra Puta Meta. It's to be constructed at Tepratan Temple, Soi Dao, Jantaburi. With a 20,000 baht donation, the donor's name will be engraved on the foundations of the statue. Those wishing to contribute may make their donations at the Royal Thai Embassy or at the Consulate General in each country, 7-Eleven convenience stores and stores with counter service signs, Rung Thai Bank, Siam Commercial Bank or Bangkok Bank. Please contact the phone numbers shown for more details.
Hit the beach, see local sight, and soak in the spirit of the 4th Asian Beach Games in Phuket. From the 14th to 23rd of November, be a part of this exciting short scene. Watch and cheer as the region's top athletes battle to be the best in 26 beach sports and help extend true Thai hospitality to the 4th Asian Beach Games. Hosted by the Ministry of Tourism and Sport.
How could you do that to me? Stop it! Huh? Don't you get it? I don't need you anymore. Enough! We're through. There's someone else in my life.
Say no to the past. Bring your own bag. Say no to plastic.
Welcome back. You're watching Newsline. Time now for ASEAN and beyond. More than 600 trafficking victims from Myanmar and Bangladesh have been rescued off the South Asian coast. That's according to a Navy spokesman in Dhaka yesterday, in the single biggest operation of its kind by Bangladesh authorities. The victims were found aboard a 22-meter-long trawler flying the Myanmar flag off Cox's Bazar, about 400 kilometers from the capital Dhaka. They were on a boat near the Bangladesh-Myanmar border, 15 kilometers inside Bangladeshi waters. First, they tried to go to the west towards Myanmar, but then we chased them and caught the boat. Now, those were the words according to Navy officer Commodore Naimur Rahman. 14 crew members were detained, suspected of being traffickers. Bangladeshi Coast Guard's officials said people were trafficked expect their boats or ships to sail to Malaysia, but they are often kidnapped and taken to jungle hideouts in one of the neighboring nations where they are held for ransom. Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe said that he will dissolve the lower house to hold an early election and is delaying the second stage of doubling the sales tax hike to 10% by 18 months until April 2017. At a news briefing, he said he would dissolve Parliament on the 21st of November and was also delaying a planned but unpopular increase in sales tax. Mr. Abe was elected 2 years ago with an ambitious plan to revive the economy, but has struggled to do so. His popularity has fallen, but he is expected to win the election, which will take place in mid-December. Mr. Abe's party, the Liberal Democrats, already has a majority in the lower house, but analysts said Mr. Abe hoped to consolidate power over an opposition party which is in disarray. He also wants public support to continue to press ahead with Abenomics, his ambitious plan to kickstart Japan's stagnant economic growth using heavy government spending and economic reforms. With that, we end today's edition of Newsline. Before we leave, here is our email address, newsline.nbt@gmail.com. In case you have any comments or suggestions, please write to us anytime. Okay, we end the program today with some blooming Benjamat flowers in the flower fields, which is in Suphanburi province. So do enjoy. I'm Chulapan Sanarula. Thank you very much for spending part of your day with us. Swadee ka.